Hi there, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to take a look around the all-new Honda ZR-V. This is the sport grade. There are two other trims available, but I think they all share that same sporty feel. Now, we're going to take a look around all of the car, but clearly we're going to start off at the front. And the first thing that I notice here, because it's illuminated, are the lights at the front here. They are LED, so the daytime running lights are illuminated, but the main bulk of the headlight is also LED. So better visibility, low energy consumption, fantastic. Now, on the top grade, you also get something called adaptive driving beam. Now, you might wonder what that is, and it's a really simple idea that makes driving at night so much more relaxing. So you can be driving with full beam on, but what the car will do is recognise a vehicle coming the other way and kind of cast a shadow around them. You could be following a car as well, and it can cast a shadow around them so that the sides of the road are illuminated. Equally, if somebody's crossing the road in front of you, a pedestrian, it can dip the light so that they don't get dazzled. An amazing bit of technology. Now, just underneath those lights, we've got our parking sensors. We have them front and rear. But what they also do, they work with the top-mounted camera there to make our sensing a complete package. Again, you might be wondering, what is Honda sensing? Well, that's our safety systems that will look at cars in front. It'll look at the painted lines on the road and help keep you safer and more relaxed while driving. So it can give you information about if you're a little bit too close to one of the lines. It can help bring you back in, and if you've got your adaptive cruise control on, you can set a time gap between you and the vehicle in front so that if they slow down, you slow down as well. And little things like, I'm sure we've all done it, we've been driving down a road wondering what the speed limit is for that road. That camera can also look at the speed signs and give you that information up on the display. As we move across, you will notice that we've got the Honda badge, of course, with a little bit of blue inside it. That's because this is a full hybrid. So under the bonnet, we have a hybrid system. It's the twin motor system, very similar to what we've seen in the award-winning Honda Civic, and it has 184 PS and 315 Newton meters of torque. So already you can get a really good feeling for the kind of drive you're going to get out of this car. Absolutely stunning. Then, as we move our way across, it's probably easier to see on this side actually, we've got a little air inlet. What this will do is let air flow inside here, and it exits just in front of the front tyre. That helps to negate air turbulence as much as it can around there, keeping you more slippery through the air, so you've got less drag, so the coefficient of drag will be that little bit lower. Then we move back, we've got our 18-inch wheels. So this is the perfect balance between style, comfort and efficiency. At this point, we've got our wiper blades, and these have a smart washer technology in there. So when the water is squirted onto the windscreen, it doesn't come out of jets on the bonnet or anything like that. It's actually on the wiper arm. That means you've got less time where the water is on the screen, not wiped away. So again, visibility is going to be improved, and it will use 40% less washer fluid as well. Moving that little bit further back, our door mirrors have been moved a little bit further back on the doors themselves, giving a nice angle through here, so whether you're the driver or the passenger, it removes any of those forward blind spots. As we open the door, we get our first glimpse at the interior, and it's very, very plush inside. A lot of detail has gone into making things soft touch, whether that's on the door pulls or actually where your knee goes as a driver or a passenger. And I can already see that I've got both USB-A and C inside the front there. Moving to the back, again, the door opens really nice and wide, making sure that access is easy to get in the front and the back of the car. And in the back, we've got two USB-C connectors, and we've also got the outlets for our rear ventilation, making sure every one of the seats is a really, really comfortable place to be. So now we're at the back of the car, you can see we've got beautiful symmetry. So the two individual LED tail lights just sitting above the actual twin tailpipes, giving again another sporty look and feel to the car. We also have the parking sensors down low there, really subtly blended in, and of course to help with parking we have the rear view camera as well. So let's open the power tailgate. Of course, I could do that off my remote as well. And now we can see inside the large boot. So Depending on the grade, this can be up to 886 litres of capacity, and that's helped by this little extra storage area underneath here. And that can lock into place, so you can pop smaller items in there, and again, just drop it down nice and flat for loading those larger or bulkier items in. The parcel shelf is also in two-piece to make it really easy to load things in and out. When it comes to closing it, it couldn't be more simple. If I've got the key in my pocket, I've got the button here on the right for walk away close. So I can push that button and it's not going to actually close until, as you guessed, I walk away. One on the left, more traditional, I can push that right now and of course it will close. So now we're inside the ZR-V. First thing, as always, that you feel is the comfort levels of the seats. And they are really comfy. And my adjustment is electronic as well. So making those tiny little bits of adjustment is really easy for both me and my passenger. Next thing is going to be the steering wheel. Again, as you'd expect, it's a sports type steering wheel. It's nice and chunky and it's leather clad as well. Behind it, we've got the paddles for adjusting your regenerative braking, and these are metal. So again, that just adds to the whole feel. And underneath, we know we've got sporty steering and suspension that out on the open road really sets this car apart from any of the competition. Now in front of me, I have a really nice clear display. I've got my power meter on the left-hand side, and I've got my analog looking speedo on the right. And in the center, I've got a digital display for my speed as well. So again, really nicely laid out, focus on driving information right up in front of you. Now at some grades you can actually get a head-up display as well, but in all honesty I'm looking at this thinking that's really nice and clear, and my infotainment screen over here is nice and high as well. So I can scroll through all the different apps along here, whether it's for vehicle settings, general settings, and if I go into all apps I can select what I want to be on here and what I don't want to see as well. So really making it nice and personal. We've got a dial for the volume as well, something I know a lot of people really like, and don't forget you can adjust it on the steering wheel as well. Then we come to our heating and ventilation. So we have this lovely fascia on here that doesn't matter if I want my vents pointing down, passenger wants theirs pointing up, it still has that uniform look in front of it. Something that's important to me. Now underneath is where our controls are for our heating. So I've got my controls on the left, passenger has theirs on the right, all they can be synchronized together. And we've got buttons down the bottom for recirculating the air, and our front and rear screen heating, and in the top left and right corners the buttons for our heated seats as well, keeping us nice and comfy. Below that, wireless charger, really lovely, because we do have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto on the infotainment screen, which is great. So if I've got my phone here but my passenger wants to charge their phone up, there's a lovely little area down here that they can plug into, and on passenger side it's USB-C, and on driver side we've got USB-A. Now in the back we've got two more USB-Cs, so it's very typical for an SUV. Loads of space in the back, we've got rear ventilation, and we've got the charging capabilities. So loads of space and practicality in the back, and in the front this is really geared up for a beautiful driving experience. So there we have it, a lovely little tour around this fantastic car. We've looked at it from the front, where we can see that sporty styling, from the side, and also we've seen the practicality we've got inside the boot, inside the car where we've got that technology, and again those comfort levels. But of course we know this is a real driver's SUV. So if you would like to register your interest with your local retailer, you can be one of the first people to actually test drive this amazing car.